Alright, it's almost Halloween. There's like 9, 10, 11 days till, and I'm wearing orange and I'm ready to party. And if you're not ready to party, then here's some movies that you can watch because they're actually really scary. And I'm not gonna put like Conjurings or Insidious because everyone knows about that, so. Alright, so the first one that I got is called The Ritual. This is a Netflix exclusive movie about a group of friends. They all venture to a Scandinavian forest because one of their friends dies and that's been his lifelong dream. It's kind of a weak dream, but you know. It's got like really fresh supernatural elements that you wouldn't expect to see in like a modern day horror movie. And it's got some clever ways and it's really disturbing and creepy, so you'll probably look away a couple times, but it's good. Next one is As Above, So Below. This is a really underrated movie, and if you don't know about it, well, it was promoted by like PewDiePie and stuff, so it was really old. Basically what it is a group of explorers go down into the catacombs of Paris, the places where a lot of people have died under the Eiffel Tower and other parts of Paris, and it stretches for miles and miles, and it's a very big area. So things get cramped and things get weird, and things get a little cliche, but it's a good watch. You'll probably get scared of caves if you weren't already. Next one is It Follows. This movie takes some explaining, and I don't think I'm gonna do it, because if I did, it would spoil it. Basically, it's really good at making you look at every single part of the screen, so anything can change at any moment. And if you think that what's happening on the screen right now is good, imagine the movie and you see something shifts in the background. That's gonna probably change your perception of how the entire movie flows. It's great. The next one is Oculus. This movie is about a brother and sister fighting an evil mirror. That's as much as I can tell you without spoiling it. So as soon as you see the mirror in the beginning, the entire mood shifts from like happy to tense all the way until the end of the movie. So you're gonna love this movie or you're gonna hate this movie, but you cannot be in between. You're gonna think about the ending of this movie for a long time to come. Every time like you think about, no, I can't actually say it or else it'll spoil it, so watch it, it's good. The next movie is Lights Out. This cheeky movie came out in theaters not too long ago, and it's really clever. It's got an idea about how if you were a kid and you imagine, oh, there's something in the dark. Well, when the lights go out, there really is something in the dark. It's scary and it's clever. It's a really good horror thriller, and you will enjoy it, that's for sure. Ooh, I just felt a shiver. Now it's cold, that's why I put my hood on. Anyways, The Ring. I haven't seen the classic movie, or I haven't seen the original of this movie. It was like a Japanese movie and then remade to an American audience. I've only seen the American one and it's terrifying. Yeah, I don't think I can get to the Japanese one. It's actually so scary. One of the all-time favorites, classics, whatever you want to call it. This has been on every horror movie list like ever. It has wit, it has authenticity, and it's, did I mention, you know, it's terrifying. I recommend this movie to anybody who's down to watch a scary movie. The next one is The Autopsy of Jane Doe. This movie is literally as original as it gets. With how they use the environment and the aspects of the story to accelerate the scares, you won't see anything like this anywhere. It probably won't keep you up at night, but it'll definitely make you jump a couple times, and you'll be hiding behind your covers or hoodies and stuff like that, because you know. So the next one is Evil Dead, but not the original, the new one. I haven't seen the original and I heard it's pretty scary, so I don't know, watch that another time. But the new one is like really gory and it's just disturbing, the stuff they do to all the characters and all of that. It really will make you look away. You'd think like, okay, why am I putting myself through this? Which is what every horror movie really does, and it's not a great story, but it's a good horror movie, that's for sure. It's like if Saw made a good supernatural horror movie, that would probably be Evil Dead, the new one. Now the last three are probably the scariest ones on here, and they're also very deceptively scary, so you might not think it's scary in the beginning, but yo. So the next one is Hereditary. This movie is confusing to explain, and there are several fan theories on the internet about it, of trying to explain what the movie, you know, what is it about? But everything has something in common. There's nothing like it. It explores the genre of horror in such a creative and maniacal way that you will legitimately have your eyes glued to the screen, but at the same time will want to cover them at every second. The thing is about being creative is that it's a good thing and a bad thing. For some people, they will not like it because they don't understand it, but for others who do understand many aspects of the story, they're gonna be frozen in shock and fear, because it's absolutely insane how terrifying the concept is and the ideas of the movie. So once that really hits you, that's when you're shaking in your seat. But if you don't understand, if you don't follow along, and if you can't really, for lack of a better word, if you can't not be dumb, you're not gonna get scared. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're dumb, you're not gonna like it. The next one is the Babadook. You can never tell on your first watch if this is a cheap or a really expensive horror movie, because it's so clever and it's so well designed. Everything is just set in place. Nothing is not deliberate. Everything is deliberate is what I mean to say. Every bit of storytelling and effects used are so creepy and fit so well with every sequence. It just builds up to one of the most perfect endings a horror movie can have. It actually kind of has like a Coraline kind of vibe to it. I don't know if you've seen that. It was a terrible movie to show kids. It's terrifying if you're a kid, which I was when I watched it. So yeah. One thing's for sure is you will be afraid of children's books. The last one is Sinister. This movie is like the definition of the word unsettling and unnerving and scary and terrifying, and don't put yourself through this. It's terrifying. Did I mention it's terrifying? Because it's terrifying. You learn the mystery of like its horrors in a well-paced environment regarding the characters and the actual elements of the horror itself. Things are actually often unexpected and they will make you jump unless you've read the entire synopsis of the story or the movie. You will maybe, probably, definitely not sleep at night after you watch this movie, because it's a yikes. That's what it is. Okay, that's the list of horror movies. Hey Google, give me some scary movies.
If you ask for a video,
hey Google,
tell me which screen you...
Shut up. Okay, have a nice day. Shit.